Hey, what's up, folks? This is Gray here. And basically, this is just a follow up video to the video that I did prior to Hurricane Ian hitting this coast of Florida. I am on the east central Florida coast, as most of you know, so I did not deal with the kind of catastrophe and devastation that the folks down in southwest Florida did, which was devastating. Absolutely devastating, and prayers go out to those folks and their families, especially the folks that are, I think, in the northeast part of Florida that are dealing with it now, as well as the folks out in South Carolina coast that are going to be dealing with it here in the next day or so as Hurricane Ian approaches them. Never underestimate these storms. Second of all, I want to thank every single one of you amazing people out there that either sent me an email, that dropped a comment, that gave me a call, gave me a text, whatever that was convenient for you. That you have that option to say, "Hey, Gray, are you doing okay? Are you guys all right?" I really appreciate that. That means a lot from the bottom of my heart, from my family to yours. We really thank you for that support and for your caring. It's very touching. You know what I mean? When folks in a community like this, care about the person behind the camera. So I want to say thank you so much, coming from me and my family. They were very appreciative. So what I got for you is throughout the storm, I took some video clips of things that were happening between the rain, the wind, some of the damage that we had, and a few other things, and put it together into like a little kind of a it's like about 3.5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes long, somewhere around there, to kind of show you what we experienced. Some of you folks were curious, hey, what happened in your area? This will kind of give you an idea of what happened in my area. Now, again, what happened here is nothing compared to what happened in some of these other places, folks. And if you know anybody that needs any help that I can reach out to or anything like that, please let me know. My wife's mother, she lives in Cape Coral. We've been talking to them because they were pretty much in the eye of the storm, and they're doing good. They're on generator power and stuff like that. Because if you look at the statement that FPL put out, to me, it's a very dark statement. And what I mean by that is they said it's not about returning power to the customers that lost power. They're talking about basically having to rebuild the infrastructure to that area because it was so damaged. Most of the cell towers were damaged, so communications is down. Power is going to be out for quite some time. I hope things go faster than I expect to happen. They're in the process of dealing with the cleanup as each day progresses, and it's going to be quite some time. It's not going to just happen overnight, folks. And this is why we prepare. This is why we have stuff like water, batteries, food, and the list goes on. Things that we keep in our repertoire as a prepper. And I preach this a lot to many folks. I try to get them on board with this whole way of life, you know what I mean? Because it's going to put them in a better position regardless of what happens, you know what I mean? And I know there's some places that were inundated with water, that there was nothing that you can do possibly other than, flee or evacuate. And that's why I always feel, again, why I feel like the go bag or the get home bag or bug out bag or whatever bag that you want to call it is essential to what we do here as preppers, you know what I mean? And people in the emergency preparedness niche of things, right? Because if you have to leave, you want to make sure that you have some of these things, these creature comforts, some of these survival items in that bag and on the go. Especially if you're in a vehicle in the middle of a storm where there's a lot of other people trying to evacuate in the same route that you're going. If you haven't moved, usually I tell people if you're going to evacuate, you should do it days and days in advance prior to the advance of the storm and not wait to the day before because you're going to put yourself in a bad position. But regardless of the situation, Hurricane Ian is one for the record books. A lot of devastation. It's going to definitely read poorly for a lot of folks out there. People have lost their homes, their jobs. People have lost their lives in this situation. They haven't put out all the information yet. I guess that will, over the next few days and weeks, we'll find out the full extent of Hurricane Ian, especially as it moves into the South Carolina coast and from there. But anyways, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know you guys have a very busy schedule. I myself have to, like I said before, helping the people in my neighborhood and my community now is a part of making sure that I did check on most of the folks. They're doing okay. Everybody's pretty good. But I'm going to have to help them, remove their storm shutters and help clean up their yards and whatnot. So I'll be busy with that. And, I got to go check on my shop and whatnot and get back to work and start moving forward. So hopefully you enjoy this clip, what we experienced and stuff like that. And again, I just want to reiterate that we didn't experience nothing like what they did in the southwest part of the state. And but this goes to show, even on the outskirts, as the hurricane, degrades down into let's say, a tropical storm or a Cat 1 or, just some wind and rain, it can produce some damaging winds and rain, even at that extent. And that's why I say never underestimate a storm. You'll be surprised with just the consistency of a wind. When it's 35 miles an hour, a gust, not so big deal. But when it's 35 miles an hour and it's just consistent for hours on end, let's say 10, 12, 24 hours, and the rain is saturated, trees start to fall over, limbs start to break, things that you don't even remember that you could think that could be flying through your yard and become basically a piece of debris that's going to wreak havoc, people's fences falling down. It's just crazy. The things that I watched last night, sitting on the back patio, watching the trees spark, run against some of these power lines and stuff like that, I was like, it's what's the word? It's, I can't think of it, but it's, where it wakes you up. You're like, wow, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure someone will, hey, Gray, this is the word you were thinking of, and they put it down in the comments, which I always enjoy reading your comments. I try to answer every single one of them still to this day. I do. But anyways, enough of me rambling on. I'm going to go ahead and roll into this footage. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think down in the comments in regards to this material. And if you were in any part of Florida that experienced, any type of issues with Hurricane Ian, I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to know how you prepped for it, how you dealt with it, coming in and coming out. Are you guys okay? Does anybody need any extra help? There's folks all over the state of Florida that I might be able to reach out to, or maybe there's something that I can do. I don't know. I can only do so much, but I'm willing to try the best that I can. Other than that, folks, remember, you are not alone. Be safe out there. God bless. This is GreyMan. I'll see you guys on the rebound.